Alright, in today's lecture, we're going to create a drawing using 1-point perspective. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you remember from yesterday, what you need to do first is you need to create your horizon line. So we're going to put our horizon line a little bit more towards the bottom of our page. So not quite all the way at the bottom, but a little bit past the middle. So let's go ahead and create that line. And remember, you want to keep it pretty light. Next, let's go ahead and decide where our 1 point is going to be. So I'm going to put it off to this side this time. Next, let's go ahead and decide what we want our picture to be. So I'm thinking that we want it to be a farm. So let's go ahead and start drawing our farm. So the first thing you need to have on your farm is you need to have a barn. So I'm going to draw that barn in right now. So we start off by drawing the front face of our barn. So barn tends to be shaped like a square, and then we have sort of half a hexagon on top, like so. And then we can go ahead and solidify that shape by drawing it in even darker. And if you want, you can use your ruler to do this. Next, we want to go ahead and add in our vanishing point lines. So we're going to draw one from each corner. Remember to keep these really light so that you can erase them. And then this one is basically the horizon line itself, so we don't actually have to draw a line for that one. Next, let's go ahead and let's add in the other edge of our barn. So we'll draw that one right there, and then we'll draw this one right here. Perfect. Then we can go ahead and solidify these lines like so. And then we want to go ahead and erase away our vanishing point lines. The next thing you might have at a barn or a farm is a road. So let's go ahead and create a road going along the side of our barn. So what we're going to do is we basically just create one vanishing point line like so, and then we create another one like so. And now we have a road. We can go ahead and add detail to this if we want. So we can add stuff like grass to the side of our road. So there might be some grass hanging over the edge. And the further away it gets, remember, the less detail we're going to have. And so that grass texture is going to slowly dissipate. And then this road is probably going to be a dirt road, so we can go ahead and add sort of a dirt type of texture to it. So I'm just going to draw in some lines like so, and these might be tire marks. And the further down they go, they're going to start to disappear. Same with over here, we'll do the same thing. So sort of creating some tire marks in the dirt. And then we could go ahead and add in some rocks in there too. So we might have some tiny little rocks on our road. And the further away they get, they're going to get smaller until you finally can't even see them anymore. Alright, perfect. Next, let's go ahead and actually add in some more detail to this barn. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and add in a door. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle like so. And then barn doors usually tend to have a frame around them. And then they usually have an X going through them. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in those X planks. Like so. And then there's usually a loft up here at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that loft in. So I'm just going to draw a window like so. And then I can add the shutters onto that. And I'm going to add in two diagonal pieces of wood like so, and then bottom pieces for my shutters. And then I can go ahead and fill in this window with a dark value since it's looking into a dark barn. Perfect. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add in some windows on this side of my barn. Now, since it's in perspective, we're going to do something a little bit different. So first off, we need to draw our vanishing point lines for the bottom and the top of our windows. Like so. Then we need to decide where our windows are going to be. So we're going to have two windows on the sides. So the first one is going to go right here. So we draw two vertical lines like so, and then we can go ahead and fill that in. The next window is going to be next to it, except The thing with this window is it's going to get a little bit skinnier because it's further away. So we're going to go ahead and add that in like so. And as you can see, I've made that one a little bit thinner than the one next to it. And it would continue to do this all the way back to our vanishing point. So if we had another window next to that, it would get even thinner. All right, next, let's go ahead and add in a fence to our barn. So I'm going to go ahead and draw one of my vanishing point lines, like so. And that'll be the bottom of my fence. And then I'll draw the next one over like so. Now this is going to be a wooden fence, and so it's going to be made out of slats of wood. So my first slats of wood are going to be vertical, and they're going to be about that far apart. Now for the next little while, they're going to appear like they're the same distance apart. And eyeball this as best you can, but the closer towards the vanishing point we get, the closer they're going to get. So you'll notice here that they are very, very slightly getting closer together. And then as we get to the other side of our barn, so back behind this barn, they're getting closer together. And then when we get to here, they're going to be really close together. And I'm just going to draw that in by hand. And they're going to get to the point where you can't even see them anymore. So there's our fence. Now let's also go ahead and add in a house. So a lot of farms have a house, so the farmer can live there. And so we're going to start off by drawing the bottom vanishing point line for our house. And then we'll add the top part, like so. And this house is going to be a little bit closer to the camera. So let's go ahead and add in that line right there. And then we can create the side view of our barn, or our house, sorry. So there's a side view of our house. Then we can go ahead and add this edge in. And next what we want to do is we want to add a roof on this house. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a roof shape like so. And then we also want to add a roof for a porch. So I'm going to have another shape coming off like this. And we're going to have that on the other side too for this edge. Then we can go ahead and connect the top of our roof, like so. And then we can go ahead and connect these two lines so we have the edge of our roof for a porch also. Great. Now let's go ahead and solidify those lines. So I'll go ahead and darken all of these lines in much more. Perfect. Next, we need to go ahead and add in some posts that are holding up this porch roof. So what we need to do first is we need to find where the bottom of those lines are going to be. So we're going to come down from each corner like so. Then we'll come down from this corner also. And then we need to connect this line with that one right there. So we'll go ahead and use our ruler and connect that just like so. So now we know that's the point where we need to connect this all the way back to our vanishing point. So let's go ahead and connect that back. Like so. And now we know where this point is for the bottom of our other post also. So now we can go ahead and draw those posts in. So I'm going to go ahead and use my ruler to draw those in a lot more darker. And then I'll add in this side of the post. Then I'll also add in the other side of the post. Now we're going to want to go ahead and erase away this line that's behind the post so it looks like a solid object. We can go ahead and draw those lines back in. Then let's go ahead and do this post also. So we'll go ahead and we'll draw this line in. And in this case, we're actually only going to see this side All right, great. Now really quick, let's go ahead and add in a window on this side of our barn. And then let's go ahead and add a door on the front of our house. So we need to go ahead and draw a vertical line like so. And then we need to connect that vertical line back to our vanishing point so we get the top part of our door. And then we need to go ahead and draw a vertical line coming down from that point, like so. So now we have a door, and if we wanted to, we could even add an edge to that door by coming in horizontally like that, and then coming up vertically, and then connecting this like so. And now we have a door there. We can even put a door handle on that. All right, great. So now we've just drawn a picture using 1-point perspective, and we can go ahead and erase away all these vanishing point lines because we don't need them anymore. And our horizon line is really flat. Usually your horizon line is not going to be flat like that in a drawing or when you look at things in real life. So what we can do is we can change that up by changing that horizon line into more of hills. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out the shape that I want my horizon line to be, like so. And then we can go ahead and erase away our straight horizon line. All right, so there is our 1-point perspective drawing. Now you can really take your time on this and spend hours on it, and you really should. I just don't want to spend too much of your time each day doing these lectures, and so I want to try to make this as quick as possible. But this is the basic idea of drawing a picture with 1-point perspective. Now, your assignment for today is to go ahead and draw a 1-point perspective drawing, and it can be of whatever you want. It can be of a house, it can be of a bus, it can be of train tracks, whatever you want. Just try to incorporate 1-point perspective into drawing your picture, and then go ahead and take a picture of that and post it to either the Q&A section of the course or the Facebook group. Thanks for watching this lecture, and I really look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's lecture where we're going to talk about 2-point perspective, which is even way cooler than 1-point perspective.